Getting married is about spending time with someone that you want to spend the rest of your life with, and it's very important. There come a time when you have to start asking questions just to find out who are you bringing into your life, just to get a better understanding of that person. Some of these questions may sound ridiculous, but they're real. These are the questions that you need to ask in order for you to find out what type of person are you getting married to. Hello, you beautiful people. Welcome back to my channel. For those that are new, my name is Nelly. Today's video is about 20 of the most important, toughest questions that you need to ask in order to get an understanding on who you're getting married to. One of the toughest questions is, why do you want to get married to me? You need to ask this person, why do they want to get married to you? What are your reasons for you choosing me to get married to you? Maybe their answer will be like, it's because you're beautiful or you've got a beautiful body. But what happens when you start having children? This body will not be the same when the children come. Think about the questions that you will get and also ask, would you consider a divorce when time comes? What will make you want to consider a divorce? The next question that you need to ask is, what are your spiritual beliefs? Do you believe in God, and which God do you believe in? When you are asking this particular question is to find out if you are equally yoked. You don't want to marry somebody that is outside your religion. When you do marry somebody that is outside your religion, you need to understand that there will be times when you need to convert to their religion and also get to find out what are their family beliefs. The next question would be, what are their plans for the future? When you're asking these particular questions is to find out, where do you see yourselves in the future? Are you walking towards the same direction or you're walking opposite direction? Are you having the same vision with regards to the future, or maybe your visions are different, or maybe they're similar? When you ask this question is to get a better understanding if you are walking towards the same vision or not. Maybe someday he would want to relocate to Canada and you are thinking, Canada, in that freezing cold place, I'd rather be in Africa where it's nice and warm. So you need to find out if you're walking towards the same direction, you both have the same vision and direction towards the future. The next question is to find out is, what are their responsibilities? Your responsibilities and my responsibilities towards maybe the household. Are you going to be helping me with the household duties? And also ask about finances. Who is going to be handling the bills, like the major bills of the home? For an example, who's paying for what and who's paying for what? You need to discuss about these things and what are the plans with regards to retirement. The next question that you need to ask is about children. Are you planning on having children? How many children are you planning on having? And when it comes to disciplining them, who is going to be the one that's going to be doing the disciplining? And also find out, how do you feel about sleepovers? If they want to go and have a sleepover at their friend's house, and also get to know what kind of environment. This is when you decide if this is a good environment for you to bring out the kids. And also, are there schools around, and what type of schools are there in the neighborhood? And when they eventually grow up and they're over 18 or over 21, how long are they going to be staying with you? And when there are conflicts, how are you going to handle those conflicts in front of the children? Sometimes, when you're married, you have codes. You'll be able to have those codes that you both need to, that you are going to understand, that the children won't understand. And the next thing is that you need to discuss is when it comes to career issues. Eventually, when these kids come into the picture, you need to decide that after maternity leave, are you going to decide on going back to work, or maybe you're going to be a stay-at-home mom? If you decide to be a stay-at-home mom, what are you going to be doing to have an extra income to help the family? If you are going to run a business, if you decide to run a business, what kind of business are you going to be running? Will that business take most of your time, or maybe it will be a business that you'll run when everyone is at work or when the kids are at school. Even if you decide to go back to work and you both want to have a business in future, discuss about that business and brainstorm towards it. Another thing, if you decide to go back to work, discuss about your plans with regards to your career. What are your plans in improving your career? And also get to find out if one of you has to lose a job, is there anything that you have in mind that will be able to help you out with regards to paying up the bills? And the next thing you need to find out is when it comes to parents, your parents, do they have any influence when it comes to this marriage? Because some of the parents have got so much influence when it comes to their children's marriage, especially when it comes to mothers. They don't draw a line when to let go of their sons. And the next thing you need to find out when it comes to parent is, are you planning on helping each other's parents? If you are planning on helping each other's parents, how are you going to do that? And also get to find out what are the plans when they grow old, or maybe when they become ill. Will they be staying with you guys? These are the questions that may be difficult, but you need to discuss them. Because maybe the person that you are getting married to is the only child, or maybe the only surviving child, and they need to take care of your parents. Run through those questions when everything is still fine, so that you can get a better understanding who you're getting married to. So you need to find out about these things. Also, the next question that you need to ask is there anything that you're addicted to? I know this may sound ridiculous, but you need to ask this question. Maybe this person is addicted to alcohol, pornography, food, or even drugs. You need to ask these questions. The next question is that you need to find out is, how do they handle stress? When they are angry, how do they handle this situation? I'm sure you've seen him or you've seen her angry before. Find out, how do they handle anger? Do they have unforgiveness in them? And when they are stressed, how do they handle the stress? Maybe you are getting married to somebody that cannot handle stress. Each time they're stressed, they have to end up being in hospital. You need to find out these things. They may sound ridiculous, but you need to find out about these things. Today's video is not about asking what is your favorite color or what is your favorite food. It's about these tough questions that we never get to find out, that you never get to ask until you're inside, until you're already married to them. By the way, if you're still enjoying this video, please don't forget to like and subscribe and make a comment. Maybe there's some other things that I will not discuss about you think we need to know. Ask about these things, like how do they handle their anger issues? Are they the ones that will start throwing and breaking things? Or maybe they just go silent for days? Because remember, sometimes when you are in a relationship and you're still on the dating that person, there are some things that you'll never get to find out until you live with that person. The next question that you need to ask is, what is the most difficult thing that you will find it hard to forgive, that will eventually affect this marriage? This is when you're trying to find a deeper understanding of this person. This is when you get to find out if this person is he or is she can easily forgive, or maybe they've got this bucket with unforgiveness in them. When you get to understand the person that you're getting married to, you'll be able to pick up one or two things. And he wants to get married to you, but this person is still holding unforgiveness. And they're bringing this unforgiveness with them into this marriage. And also find out, how do they feel about abuse? Have they been abused before, or have they abused somebody before? Maybe that person will tell you that if a person doesn't listen, I will slap them. I will not deal with people that don't listen. Then you should know that this is somebody that you don't want to be with. If they feel like every solution is about slapping somebody for them to get their message across, then you should know that this person has got traces of abuse. Abuse doesn't only mean physical abuse. It can be emotional abuse, which I feel like emotional abuse is also important as physical abuse. Any kind of abuse is abuse. You don't want to get to a marriage where there's abuse. There's so many women out there that are dying from abuse. So if you see any traces of abuse when you are into this conversation, then you should think about it if this is a person that you want to spend the rest of your life with. And the next question it would be, what is the most unacceptable thing that you would not want in this house? What will they not tolerate in this house that you are both going to be building together? Maybe he will tell you that, I don't want your family and friends visiting. Or maybe he will tell you that, I don't want you to work. I want you to stay home. If you feel like you want to work, then let him know that you want to work. You don't want to be a housewife. These questions are not only for the men, are also questions that women need to ask as well. You both need to reply these questions. The next question is, what is your family history? You need to find out what is their family history. Do they have a certain sickness in the family that you need to know about? If he or she's going to tell you that in our family, we've got diabetes in our family, or maybe we get asthma at a young age. So it's possible that the children might have that, or maybe not. Or maybe you just need to break that in prayer from the beginning of the marriage. Or maybe there's a mental issue within the family, or a generation curse if there's any in the family. I don't know if somebody's going to be honest enough to tell you that. But just get to find out, because some of these things are things that you'll be able to pray over it and fast over it and break this generation curses. Because curses can be broken if you really want them to be broken. And also get to ask, is there any habits that may affect the family that you have? Or maybe habits that are from the family that I will need to get to know about. You don't want to be part of a family where there's a certain habit that maybe you will not be able to handle. There's some things that happens in families that some of them you get to know once you're part of that family. The next question you'd ask is, would you find it difficult to confide in me no matter what the issue is? Would you? And the next question is, do you have debts? And how much are they? Do you have any plans in sorting out those debts between now or in the future? Because if you don't ask these questions, maybe you're getting married with somebody that will take you the rest of your marriage life paying over a certain debt. So you need to ask these questions. It may be difficult, but they need to be discussed. Unfortunately, they need to be discussed. So the next question you need to ask is, how would you protect your family, and what would you do to protect your family and to protect your children? This is mostly for the men. How would you protect those children? The next question is, what would you do if I would become terminally ill? Would you sell everything to pay for the hospital bill if the medical aid is exhausted? Would you agree if I had to ask you to turn off that machine if you can see that it's only the machine that's keeping me awake, and I've agreed on donating my liver or donating a certain part of my organ to somebody that needs it out there, and I'm telling you that turn off that machine in order to help that person instead of me living because there's a machine that's keeping me alive. Yeah, these are the questions that sometimes you don't want to go through them, but just you need to find out. You need to ask each other. Like I said in the beginning of the video, these questions are questions where you need to ask each other when you're most comfortable, happy, and relaxed. But you need to go through these questions. Next question you need to ask is, if we can get to lose everything, that we now have to think of moving back to live with our parents as the man, as the head of the home, what would that best decision be in order to help us get back to our feet? All these questions are necessary when it comes to marriage. And there are more other questions that are equally important that I haven't mentioned. These are the most 20 tough questions that you need to ask before you say I do. Thank you for watching. If this is content that you like, please don't forget to like and subscribe, and see you at the next video. God bless you.